So the madman John Prosser has leaked the iPhone 14. Not the iPhone 13 that's going to be coming out this week, but the iPhone 14 that's supposed to be coming out next year. And I'm going to give you guys my perspective of the design, the pros, the cons, things that I like about it, things that I don't like about it, and I'm going to tell you guys what I think is actually going to come in next year's iPhone. So stay tuned for that. Basically, this new design is going to be harking back to the iPhone 4 and 4S days with that glass in the front and the back and the metal rails going around. Still keeping that squared off design, but the glass is going to be going down all the way flush on both sides, and you're going to be having a flush camera back, so there's not going to be any rocking when you put the camera down on a table. And starting off with that camera in the back, there's something that's just off about the camera layout of the iPhone 14. There's too much going on. I don't know if Apple can figure out a way to take those cameras and merge them into one or two sensors, but for me, having the LiDAR sensor, the flash, and all those cameras, even though it's going to be flush, something looks off about it, and I hope that Apple can figure out a way to condense or combine some of those sensors into one or two sensors. The other thing that I don't really like is the camera hole punch out. Now, I know this is a big deal because the notch is going to be going away, but even having that little camera hole punch out is still a reminder that there's still something left that needs to be taken off. I want the full-fledged, full screen, no cameras in the front, just glass on the front and the back, just a screen, and as little bit on the back as possible. That's my ideal design. Now, one of the pros about this design that's coming in for the iPhone 14 is that you're gonna get matte titanium sides. Now, this is something, if you guys have watched my other videos, that I hate on the iPhone 12 Pro models. I love the matte aluminum of the base models of the iPhone 12, but the glossy sides look terrible on the iPhone 12 Pros, and that's something that Apple's gonna fix on next year's iPhone. Not this year's, next year's, the iPhone 14. Another thing we're expecting on the iPhone 14 is gloss glass on the back. So the matte glass is gonna go away for next year's iPhone. Now, I'm on the fence about this because on the one hand, having glossy glass on the front and the back looks more premium, but having the frosted glass feels better in the hand. Now, I know it's counterintuitive. Wouldn't the glossy glass feel better in the hand than the matte glass because the glossy glass gives you more grip? But for me, that's just the case. So I'm kind of on the fence about it. It could go either way. But the biggest thing that I don't like about the new design is the camera hole punch out. Even though the notch is going away, there's still that one thing that needs to be going away. And I used to have a OnePlus phone where the camera would come out of the top, and just using that display, that edge-to-edge display with no disruption, was something that was so futuristic at the time, and I felt like this was the future of smartphones. So I know Apple has the engineers, I know Apple has the money, they can put the camera under the display, the technology's there, but it's up to Apple to take it and elevate it to the next level. So for the iPhone 14, what can we expect in terms of the actual display itself? We are gonna get 120 Hertz, and we're gonna get 120 Hertz on the iPhone 13, so that's gonna be coming. That's a big update. Should you wait until the iPhone 14 or should you keep your iPhone 13? In my opinion, if you're coming from anything less than an iPhone XS Max, you should definitely upgrade this year and not wait till next year, because number one, we're talking about battery life, we're talking about the squared off designs, you're gonna get 120 Hertz, even though the camera cutout in the back is not gonna be flush, you're still gonna get those updated camera sensors, they're gonna let in more light, you're gonna get better ultra wide, better low light performance on your cameras. And honestly, this iPhone 13 is gonna be a really worthy upgrade for anybody with an iPhone XS or earlier. Will I be updating to the iPhone 13? No, I will not be updating to the iPhone 13. I have an 11 Pro Max and it's doing awesome for me. I will be waiting until the iPhone 14, see what Apple brings to the market, see if they get rid of that camera hole punch out, if they can do a edge-to-edge display. Fingers crossed, I really hope they can do that. And I hope that they can kind of clean up those camera sensors on the back. If you like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe so you don't miss out on my other videos. Peace.